One question I get asked all the time is how often I should do the maintenance on my heating and air conditioning system. Well, the truth of the matter is you should do it at least once a year for both. So typically once in the spring for the air conditioning and once in the fall for the heating. Right before the major heat or the major cold comes in, have your system thoroughly inspected, performance tested, and cleaned. Now, a lot of people have a lot of past experiences in this area, and they've created some own personal beliefs on it. Well, my system's only 2 years old, it doesn't need to be maintained. That's simply just not true. Your air conditioning system and your heating system are moving air, huge volumes of air, through the coils and through the components on a daily basis, right? Your outdoor unit, your air conditioner, when that's running, I mean, think about this. If you left your car in the front of your garage, right, or even in your garage a lot of times, but if you left your car in your driveway and you went away for the weekend and took the other vehicle, and you come back Monday morning to get in, that car's only been sitting there for 2.5, 3 days tops, and you get in the morning on Monday to drive to work, you have to wash your windshield because there's a film of just pollen and dust and dirt on the car. I mean, you can see it on the hood, right? That air, that's the air outside. That's the air quality. Just your car not even moving is collecting that air and that dirt, in just a day or two. So how much dirt is getting move through the coils of your air conditioner on a daily basis? I mean, your air conditioner runs for hours and hours and hours, day in and day out, in the heat of Northern California that we experience. So those coils have dirt. They're going to have film that builds up and impaction that's going to happen on the coils to where air is not going to move through those coils as easily, which is going to cause additional strain on things such as compressors, condenser fan motors, blower motors, heat exchangers, evaporator coils. All the major components inside your system are going to be operating at a higher degree of stress because the coil outside is dirty. That's not a good thing, right? So by getting that cleaned out every single spring before the air conditioning season shows up, it's going to make sure that that's free of any kind of blockage, make sure that the air is moving through there easily, and it's going to keep the repairman away, hopefully for the entire summer. But if you don't do the maintenance, you don't know that. The other thing is that all these components are actually designed for a certain number of hours of operation. They all have parameters in which they're going to work within. So, and as they get towards the end of their life, if you will, they're going to start to test outside of that range, right? So a starting component or a component inside your air conditioner or your furnace may have a range of plus or minus 5% or plus or minus 7%. Well, once we go outside that percentage of a range through the testing that we do, we know that that component is now weak. Well, we have the ability to replace that now before it breaks. Right, a lot of customers will have this a stance when we educate them on this stuff of, well, it's not broken, it's still working, so we don't need to do that right now. Listen, you don't have to do anything, but the truth of the matter is, it's not a matter of if this component's going to fail, because it's going to. It's simply a matter of when. And our experience shows that when it does fail, it's the hottest or the coldest day of the year. Now you're home, July 4th weekend, you have a party, you wake up, or the middle of the day, you got the door opening and closing, now your air conditioner just stopped working. But you just had maintenance done 3 weeks ago. You're like, man, the repair guy was just here doing the maintenance, now it's not working. Well, did that repair person educate you on a recommendation or a part or a piece because it was outside of manufacturer specifications? And if they did, and they suggested to you that you replace that, it's because they were trying to help you out. They were trying to tell you, like, look, this is going to fail. It's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. Now, I'd rather have you replace it on your terms than the air conditioner's terms. Right? When it breaks, you don't have a choice, you have to fix it. But we know it's going to fail. Think of it like brake pads on your car. Right? They start squeaking a little bit, you start feeling a little pulsating in the steering wheel, or they start making a little grinding noise, you can feel something kind of fluttering on the brake pedal. You know something's wrong with your brake pads. You know that it's just a matter of time before you have to change those brake pads. You got to get it to a mechanic. The same is true here. If you wait until those brake pads are completely gone and you go metal to metal, what are you doing now? Now you're replacing the brake pads, of course, but also you're replacing the rotors. So now you have to have them resurfaced, so you got to get new rotors. That just took and tripled or quadrupled the cost had you just done the brake pads when the brake pads were worn. Brake pads are a disposable part, just like a lot of parts inside your furnace and air conditioner. They're designed to fail over a certain amount of time because they're critical components. They're not going to last forever. But those components are very, very, very important. So if you don't replace them early on, they're going to fail. Now the other downside of that is if you wait for a component to fail, a lot of times on its way out, it could take the major component that's attached to. It's there to protect the blower motor, the condenser fan motor, the compressor. It's on there to protect that engine or that motor. So when it fails, it can easily take out whatever it's connected to, costing you much more money than what it had if you just replaced that component when it first went outside of manufacturer specifications. So do your maintenance. It's the most critical thing that a homeowner can do to ensure the life expectancy and reduce repair rates on their heating and air conditioning system. A manufacturer, it doesn't matter which manufacturer we're talking about here, any major manufacturer is going to say that it's your requirement as a homeowner with a new system to do the maintenance biannually on your system in order to uphold the manufacturer's warranty. So if you have a 10-year parts warranty on a system and your system is only 4 or 5 years old, if that system should fail, the part that was covered under warranty may not be, if you haven't or can't produce records showing that you actually did the maintenance. Now again, I'm not saying this for any kind of scare tactic or however it may be interpreted. I'm just saying that's in the installation instructions. I don't know of any major manufacturers holding it to the letter of the law today as we record this video, but I can tell you that eventually they're going to get more and more strict on giving away free parts when people aren't doing the requirements of what they already told them they needed to do. So do your maintenance. Don't put yourself in that position. Call Environmental Heating and Air Solutions. Get on our energy savings agreement. Make sure that you protect your equipment, you protect your investment, you protect your family, and you have the peace of mind of knowing that your system's going to last and it's working the way that it's intended to work. So again, if you have any questions, call any one of our team members here at Environmental. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. We'll come out to the home. We'll walk you through. We invite you to watch us on all the services that we provide. Ask questions, be engaged, because an informed customer is the best customer that we can have. And all we want to do is serve at the highest level. So give us a call today and let us take care of all your heating and air conditioning needs.